Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to our lessons. Today we are going to do grammar, which is about tenses. النهارده إن شاء الله هنتكلم عن الأزمنة خاصة بالقواعد في اللغة الإنجليزية. English language is integrated just like in other language. اللغة الإنجليزية لغة متكاملة زيها زي أي لغة تانية. In order to speak well, in order to write well, you need to learn grammar as well. عشان تقدر تتكلم كويس وتكتب كويس لازم تتعلم القواعد علشان تكون بتتكلم وبتكتب بطريقة صحيحة. The first thing that you need to learn about grammar is that there is a timeline. أول حاجة لازم تتعلمها بخصوص القواعد في اللغة الإنجليزية إنه في حاجة اسمها timeline، يعني خط زمني. الخط الزمني ده covers all tenses، بيغطي كل الأزمنة. As you can see, the timeline is there in front of you. The timeline بيتقسم ل 3 main parts. The present time اللي احنا موجودين فيه، و past time and future time. وكل tense فيهم each tense has its own divisions. في منه أفرع أو نقاط رئيسية بنتكلم فيها إن شاء الله. Today we are starting with the present time. النهارده بنتكلم عن ال present time اللي هو the current time or the time being right now. احنا بنتكلم عن الزمن الحالي أو زمن المضارع. Okay? And we will start talking about the present simple tense. نتكلم عن أول جزء فيه اللي هو ال present simple tense. مش هنتكلم عن ال present continuous المضارع المستمر أو progressive. مش هنتكلم عن ال present perfect المضارع التام. أو مش هنتكلم عن ال present perfect continuous المضارع التام المستمر. Today we'll just cover the present simple tense. النهارده بنتكلم عن المضارع البسيط. Okay. So let's start. It is called simple present tense. زمن المضارع البسيط. Let's start with the affirmative form عشان نكون أو نستخدم الفعل في المضارع البسيط بصيغة الإثبات. يعني ليس نفي وليس سؤال. It is subject plus verb infinitive plus the rest of the sentence. بتكون من الفاعل اللي هو subject والverb infinitive يعني الفعل في مصدره plus the rest of the sentence. And there is a note that we add s or es to the verb infinitive in the third person singular. في ملاحظة ممكن بتغيب عن كثير من الناس وبتسبب خطأ اسمه subject verb agreement اللي هو عدم توافق الفعل والفاعل. انه اذا كان السبجكت third person يعني كان الشخص ضمير غائب اللي بنتكلم عنه ف you have to add s or es to the verb. لازم تضيف s او es to the verb. طب انا باختياري بضيف s او es to the verb? No, there is a rule for adding s or es and we'll talk about that soon إن شاء الله. هنتكلم عن ده بالتفصيل بعد شوية. So in the affirmative form في صيغة الإثبات you can say I work in an office, you work in an office, they work, we work, okay? But when it comes to he, she, and it, you say he works, she works, and it works in an office. So you add s. When do we add es? We'll talk about that in a minute, and I'll show you some examples. So spelling of the third person singular, most verbs add s. كل أو معظم الأفعال مع الضمير الغائب اللي هو he or she or it بنضيف s. For example, work, works, drive, drives, run, runs. Okay, but we have to add es when the verbs end in o, just like do, does becomes does, you add es. Or when the verbs end in s or x or ch or sh, you have to add es. So, for example, you have miss, it becomes misses, he misses, or mixes, or catch, catches, or push, pushes. So one more time, the spelling of the third person singular, most verbs take s unless they end with o, or c, or s, or x, or ch, or sh. مرة تانية معظم الأفعال بتاخد s مع ضمير الغائب اللي هو he or she or it، أو بتاخد es إذا كان الفعل بينتهي ب o أو c أو s أو ch أو sh or x. Okay, and here are the examples in front of you. And then the use or the uses of the spelling, the simple present tense, استخدامات simple present tense. Number one, for permanent truth. Permanent truth. حقائق دائمة وثابتة ما لا تتغير. For example, summer follows spring, or the earth goes around the sun. حقائق لا تتغير يستخدم فيها المضارع البسيط or the simple present tense. And the present period, something in the present period. It's not progressive, it's not continuous, but it is just like permanent, ما بيتغير. For example, when you say my father works in a bank, my father works in a bank. It doesn't mean he's working now in a bank, it means his work is in a bank, or his job is working in a bank. Okay, so my father works in a bank, or my sister wears glasses. Okay, when you say my sister wears glasses, لما تقول my sister wears glasses دي حقيقة لا تتغير. Okay, it's not like she's wearing a skirt. يعني هي بتقتدي جيبة أو بلوزة. She's wearing a skirt right now. لا, she wears glasses. بتلبس نظارات أو عندها نظارة. It's like a permanent truth. And then number three, we move to habitual actions. العادات. Like Rafa goes to the university on Mondays and Fridays. What does she do on Mondays and Fridays? كل يوم اثنين وكل يوم جمعة. She goes to the university. Habitual action. Like I visit my grandmother every Monday. I visit my grandmother on Mondays. وهنا في expression تاني نتعلمه. بدل ما أقول every Monday, every Sunday, you can say on Sundays. On Sundays, when you say on Sundays, that means every Sunday you do that thing. On Mondays, that means every Monday you do that thing. Okay? Okay. And then number four, for future reference. For future reference. إيه ده هو أنا أقدر أستخدم ال present simple عشان أتكلم عن ال future? Yes. When you are referring to something that's going to happen in the future, that does not change. For example, you say the concert يعني الحفلة الموسيقية begins at 7:30 and ends at 9:30. الحفلة ستبدأ لو ترجمناها باللغة العربية at 7:30 and ends at 9:30 وستنتهي في 9:30. So it refers to the future. Okay, and you can say the train leaves at or the plane departs at. Okay, so when you speak about schedules or events that are based on a calendar, لما نتكلم عن أحداث مرتبطة بتقويم أو مواعيد برامج بتكون بتستخدم ال present simple ومعناها إنه سيكون أو سيحدث في المستقبل. Number 5 is observation and declaration. الملاحظة والتصريح. Like when you say I love you. When you say I love you, you cannot say I'm loving you. It's I love you. Or he hates me. You cannot say he's hating me. ما تقدرش تقول he's hating me. You have to say he hates me. I love you. He loves me. Okay? And number 6 is making suggestions. الاقتراحات. Like, why don't we go to the beach today? Why don't we go to the beach today? معناها let's go to the beach. يعني خلينا نروح للشاطئ أو تعالى نروح للشاطئ. Okay. هنبدأ نتكلم بالتفصيل مرة تانية عن ال uses of the present simple. شوية بالتفصيل أكتر يعني. Number 1, permanent truth. We use the simple present tense for statements that are always true. التعبيرات أو العبارات التي دائما تشير إلى حقائق. Like summer follows spring, the earth goes around the sun rises in the east. كل دي عبارات أو جمل تشير إلى حقائق لا تتغير. Number 2, the present period. We use the simple present tense to refer to events, actions, situations which are true in the present period of time or may continue indefinitely. يعني حقيقة لا تتغير وموجودة في الوقت الحالي وقد تستمر لفترة غير محددة. Like my father works in a bank. هيسيب شغله إمتى؟ الله أعلم. So far he is working in a bank. My sister wears glasses. نظرها ضعيف وبتلبس نظارات. So she is not only wearing the glasses now, but she wears glasses for a long time. And number 3, habitual actions, العادات. We commonly use the simple present tense to ask and answer questions which begin with how often. How often يعني كم مرة، في الغالب قد إيه. For example, how often do you go to the dentist? How often do you go to the dentist? أنت كم مرة بتروح للدكتور الأسنان؟ في الغالب أنت بتروح لدكتور الأسنان كم مرة في الشهر؟ كم مرة في السنة؟ I go every 6 months, for example. How often does Sue visit her parents? كم مرة هي بتزور أبوها وأمها؟ She visits her parents every day. And we use the present simple tense to describe habitual actions, things that happen repeatedly. الحاجات اللي بتحدث بشكل متكرر. For example, I get up at 7 o'clock every day. يبقى كل يوم I get up أنا بصحى الساعة 7 صباحا. Number 4 for future reference واتكلمنا عنها قبل كده بالتفصيل. When it refers to timetables الجداول والبرامج programs or events in a calendar والأحداث المرتبطة بالتقويم. So the concert begins at 7:30 p.m. and ends at 9:30. Or you can say the plane leaves at 11 and arrives at 3. Okay, do not forget to add s or es to the verb form in the third person singular. He, she, or it. ما تنساش دايما انك تضيف s او es مع ضمير الغائب. مرة ثانية قلنا s مع معظم الافعال و es اذا كان الفعل ينتهي ب o, cs, ch, sh or x. Okay. And number 5, observations and declarations. يعني لما تعبر عن ملاحظة أنت شفتها أو إنك تعمل تصريح. For example, you can say I love you, he hates me, we live in a difficult time. Okay. في نوت هنا مهمة لازم نتكلم عنها اسمها stative verbs. Stative verbs. Stative verbs هي الأفعال اللي بتدل على الحالة. For example, like love, think, understand, prefer, want, hear, see, appear, seem, belong, own. Okay. الأفعال دي لا يفضل ولا يحبذ ويكون من الخطأ إنك تستخدمها بصيغة المستمر. يعني you do not say he's hating me. Okay. You do not say I'm loving you. You say I love you, he hates me, I hate you, like that. Okay. Making suggestions, اقتراحات. Why don't we? Let's go. تستخدم دائما الاقتراحات مع زمن ال present simple tense. Now moving to the negative form. احنا بدأنا بالaffirmative الإثبات. I work in a bank or he works in a bank. الآن ننتقل إلى negative form أو صيغة النفي. And you do say I do not work in an office. You do not work in an office. It's that easy. بكل بساطة you just add not after do or does if the sentence is made up of the auxiliary do or does, or after is or am or are. He's not my brother, she's not my sister. Okay, he's not happy, they are not coming, for example, or they are not here. That's the negative form. The interrogative form اللي هي صيغة السؤال, especially with yes or no questions. مع سؤال المجاب عليه ب yes or no, نعم أو لا. Do I work in an office? Do you work in an office? Do we work in an office? Do they work in an office? Does he? Keep in mind. Does she? Does it? ما تغلطش الغلط ده. With I, you, we, they, everybody just say do. Do I? Do we? Do you? But with he, she, and it, you have to say does. Does he work in an office? Okay. هنا في common mistake كتير من الناس بتعمله إنه when they say for example does he work in an office, the answer is yes he do. For example, it should be yes he does or no he doesn't. Possible answers to yes or no questions like do you? Yes I do. Does he? Yes he does. Do we? Yes we do. If it's no, if the answer is no, so do you? No I don't. Does he? No, he doesn't. Do we? No, we don't. Okay. Now, WH questions, question word plus do or does. plus the infinitive, and here comes the subject verb agreement. مرة ثانية التوافق الفعل والفاعل. إذا استخدمنا do أو does في الجملة you have to use the infinitive form. إذا كان في do أو does في الجملة يبقى لازم يجي بعدها الانفينيتيف، يجي الفعل مجرد من أي شيء، بس الفعل مفرد بحاله بدون أي إضافات. So for example when you say where do you work, where does he work، ما نقدرش نقول where does he works. You have to say where does he work, where do I work, where does she work, where does it work, where do they work. Okay, and the answer to where do I work in, and you mentioned the place. Where does he work, أين يعمل. Where does he work, he works, and then in, and you mentioned the place. Okay, by reaching this point we are done with the present simple today. And just one final note, keep in mind that language is integrated. It's not only grammar, it's not only vocabulary, it's not only spelling, it's not only expressions, it's not only idioms. اللغة متكاملة، ليست فقط قواعد أو كلمات أو تهجئة أو idioms اللي هي التعبيرات اللي لازم تحفظها عشان تقدر تتكلم بشكل كويس. Now it's integrated. اللغة متكاملة فيها كل شيء لازم يكون موجود مع بعضه. And you have to keep practicing because practicing makes perfect. When you practice, you are perfect, inshallah, or you're going to be perfect, inshallah. Thank you for watching this video. If you like this video, if you are seeking more videos in order to learn, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum.